An 80-year-old man had just won the €60 million jackpot. In his excitement, he suddenly suffered a heart attack. Using all his remaining strength, he pressed the emergency button. Two female caregivers arrived to perform CPR on him, but they discovered the lottery ticket clutched in the old man's hand. At that very moment, the television was broadcasting news about this €60 million lottery ticket. Young Kate's eyes gleamed with greed. Even if she only got half, €30 million would be enough for her to live well. What she hadn't expected was that her companion would refuse her proposal. Her colleague believed the money belonged to the old man lying on the ground. Just as the two were arguing, Sarah happened to appear and immediately declared that she also wanted a share. Kate tried to offer her some money to make her leave, but Sarah's attitude was firm. Either the three of them would split it equally, or nobody would get anything. Before they could work out a plan, the door was pushed open again. The facility director and male caregiver Nick had arrived. Melly thought that finally someone would uphold justice. She immediately handed the lottery ticket to the director, planning to explain the situation. But after seeing the numbers, the director simply counted the people present in silence. Melly stood there looking bewildered. She still insisted on doing the right thing, but everyone knew that as long as one person disagreed, nobody could take a penny of this money. Kate and Nick immediately pleaded with Melly, arguing that they had been caring for the old man during his final years, while his children had never visited once. They were the most qualified to inherit this money. Melly's defenses were finally broken down. The group happily went to the prize collection center, where each of them received €12 million. Melly finally lived a wealthy life, even reclaiming her youthful dreams and beginning a carefree journey around the world. However, a year later, a letter suddenly arrived at her home. The director who had participated in splitting the money had died in an accident, and the perpetrator was named Henry, the same name as the old man who had won the lottery and died. Sarah immediately felt something sinister about this money, believing that everyone who had split the lottery ticket was cursed. Melly tried to comfort her, but unexpectedly, Sarah suddenly pulled off her hair, revealing that she had already been diagnosed with terminal cancer. The scene fell into dead silence. Sarah proposed donating all the money, but the first person to object was actually Melly. Melly told her that life was inherently full of unknowns, but with money, there were better treatment options. This prize money wasn't a disaster, but God's blessing. After hearing Melly's words, Sarah rekindled hope, firmly believing that with money she could fight off the disease. 3 days later, everyone received news that Sarah had died of cancer. Even more mysteriously, in front of the hospital Sarah had gone to, there happened to be a street called Henry. Panic spread once again.